What's up guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to build a fully working code door in Yeeps with this guy. I don't really know who he is, I just found it in public.
I'm Sam.
Yeah. I built this one for showcase, so as you can see, if I input the correct code, the door opens. If there's like enabled, so the code's incorrect, it closes. Or if it misses one, the door is also closed. So it has to be the exact code. The design is very human. So also if I come in, this button resets the code. So when you press the button, every single, like if everything is enabled like this, and you press the button, it resets everything. So yeah, this is very cool. And if you press the green button, it opens the door even without the code. So yeah, you don't need those, these are optional, but yeah, I'm still gonna show you. So first I'm gonna be showing you all the blocks that you need and what they do. So first you're gonna need these three cables. This one, the T-shaped one, and this one. Another thing you're gonna need is the button. The button, when you press it, it outputs a signal. The small button also works, but I recommend using the big one. Next up we have the AND gate, and here's how it works. So this is how the AND gate works. Basically it has these two holes on the back and on the side, and also one on the front. So if you press one of the buttons, it won't output any signal. Same if you press the other one, it won't output anything. But if you press two at the same time, then it outputs a signal. It basically just needs both of them clicked for the signal to work. Another thing you're gonna need is the NOT gate. Here's how the NOT gate works. If it doesn't get any signal for one side, it's gonna output a signal. But if it gets a signal, then it's gonna disable the signal, and we're gonna need this to set up the code. And the last gate you're gonna need is the toggle switch. Basically how it works is normal when you press a button, it just outputs a signal for like a couple of seconds and then disables it. But when you put it in a toggle switch, it's gonna output a signal all the time until you press it again. Also this thing on the side, which we're gonna need for the code reset button. Basically, when the toggle switch is enabled, whenever you press it from this side, no matter if it's enabled or not, it's always going to disable the signal. So we're gonna need that for the reset switch. Also for the reset switch, we're gonna need the receiver and this thing. So how it works, it's like a wireless redstone. When you press it from one side, it outputs. When you press it in here, it outputs from the receiver. So that's really important for the reset thing.
If you don't like and subscribe, this is what will happen to you.
You have to like and subscribe. So here's how to build the door.
Okay.
So first we're gonna start with the door frame. So basically build two of these blocks. It can be any blocks actually. It doesn't need to be these, but you need to do an eight block line like this. So next up, what I forgot to say in the intro, you're gonna need a door. Any door.
Any type
Actually,
of door.
anything that you want to activate through the code, but I'm gonna use a door. So what you want to do is you want to place 8 buttons like this. It can be any number, but I recommend using 8.
It's the go.
Now you need to take the 1x1 TVs, which I also forgot to say in the intro. I'm so sorry. So in the 1x1 TVs, place them like this.
If you don't own them.
So in 8 TVs and 8 buttons like this. So now you take the toggle blocks and you place them with the red button at the bottom and the empty square to that's facing the button. So the red thing at the bottom and the empty square facing the button. And you do that for every button like this. After you're done with that, you place this is for the reset button. You don't have to do that if you don't want to do the reset button, but I recommend doing that. You have to place the receivers with this button facing the red button at the bottom of each toggle switch. So after you're done with that, I recommend, you don't have to, but I recommend coloring the switches to like red or something. So next thing what you want to do is put the T-shaped cables like this facing up. And when you're finished with these, you take the turn cable and place them like this. So after you're done with that,
don't think I have any blocks
You
to
place
use in this video.
You place the straight cables to the TVs, like this. And we're done with the first part. So now, test if every TV works. And if they get enabled, that's good. If they don't get enabled, you can ask someone for help.
You're doing something wrong. Replay the video and go back.
Yeah, rewatch the video if they don't work.
Instead of resetting them, let's say they're on. Oh, they're on. Wait for the button to reload. They're off.
Yeah. Now it's the part where we set the code. So I'm just gonna set the code to, I don't know, something like this. I don't know, 1, 2, like this. So now you can go to the behind, and you can see the cables that are enabled. That's the code you put in.
You add wire.
So now you take the not gate, and on the disabled cables, you put it like this, with the triangle facing the cable.
And you can add this just for show, by the way.
And on the enabled cables, you just put a normal straight cable, just like that. So now you set up your code. So what you want to do is get the end gate and place it like this, with the bottom of the triangle facing the cable, and you place it like so it's empty end gate, empty end gate, empty end gate, empty end gate. You have to get the turn cables to connect the cables with the end gate like this.
Make sure they're all connected.
So now what you want to do is take more end gates and to put them like this, just 2 end gates like that. Then you take the turn cable and use the straight cable to connect them. So now you'll end up with 2 end gates, but we need to end up with 1 because we only want 1 input. Connect it with this one using
I don't think they need any more.
Yes, like this, and that's the end of the end gates. So now just use the turn cable to go down to the right or whatever, how you built it, to the left, like, and here you have to use if you want the green button that opens the door even when the code isn't put in. You place the T-shaped cable like this, but if you don't want it, you can just place a normal cable. But for the tutorial, I'm gonna place a T-shaped one. So now you just connect.
Nearly finished.
So now you just connect it with cables. I'm stuck, and we're done with putting in the code. So now, if you done everything correctly, when you put in your code, wait, I put it wrong. When you put in your code, the door should open like this. If the code is incorrect in any way, the door should be closed. So now when you're done with that, we're gonna make the buttons.
And it also stays open. It stays open until you put it on.
We're gonna make the button that resets the code and opens the door. So first, this button over here, you just connect it to the T-shaped cable, and it should open the door. And that's it for the cable that opens the door. The button that resets the code, you have to put this and paint it the same color as you painted the receivers. So if it's yellow, this also has to be yellow. If it's red, it also has to be red. Now we can paint them red because this one resets the code, and green because this one opens the door, and we're done. So as you can see, there's a code put in right now like this, but when I press this red button, the code is gone. No matter what the code was, even if it was incorrect, when you press the red button, it completely resets the code. Okay guys, thanks for watching. That's gonna be the end for this video. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe for more Yeeps tutorial videos. Also, I built this one thing that I want to show you all.
Guys, it's really
cool. When I go over here, and I get a key and I put it in.
It's stuck.
It's a subscribe. So yeah, you have to subscribe.
Make sure you do that. Make sure you do that.
Make sure you.
Right now.
Okay, now I'm just gonna, yeah, I can subscribe and unsubscribe from Samsung.
No. Subscribe to Samsung
Bye.
and him.